Hi everybody, it is Julie. Welcome back to Pages and Pens. Today I am here with the Halloween in July tag, which was created by Crystal from the Book Gypsy. I will have her Instagram linked down below. She did this as an Instagram tag, and then I said, and welcomed anybody in the YouTube community to also go ahead and make a video. So since it is still July, I'm gonna rush to get this filmed and rush to get this uploaded, which is why I'm in no makeup and very, very chill today. But I was interested in this one. I'm not exactly sure where the Halloween in July premise came from, but I am down to talk about some spooky books because you guys know I've been loving my witchy reads lately, so we're going to talk about books. I'm going to try to throw in things that I don't talk about all the time, but I think I talk about these books all the time, so sorry, not sorry. You can see my scrunchie. I literally give 0 Fs. So there are 7 questions to this tag, and because this is new to YouTube and BookTube, I don't think anybody has really done this, and there's a very short amount of time to do it because it is July specific, kind of. So if anybody wants to do this, I go ahead and tag you. Please go ahead and do it because it is kind of fun. So the first one is a book that gave you the creeps, and for that, my books are all out of order here, but I'm going with the Diviners series by Libba Bray. This one is pretty creepy. It's a little bit spooky. Really, really, really liked it, and definitely has a lot more of like a creepy vibe than I thought there was going to be. I'm also going to throw it out here to City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab, which for a middle grade was pretty creepy. There's definitely like ghost hunting in this and the veil between the worlds, and then there's like these malevolent like beings. So there's like this a little bit of like a malevolent ghost vibe in this that was like a lot spookier than I expected it to be. So pretty creepy. Question number 2 is a book that gives you Halloween vibes. For that, it honestly has to go, even though it's not set at Halloween, to Spellbook of the Lost and Found. This is an amazing magical realism book about a spell that tries to bring lost things back to you, but then in order to bring something lost to you, other people need to lose things. Really creepy. Like, it definitely has a spooky, kind of Halloween-y, witchy but not witchy vibe, because this is magical realism, so there's no like actual witches in this. It definitely gives me that vibe. Also, like practical magic or rules of magic are very kind of witchy reads and Halloweenish reads to me as well. Ooh, my favorite vampire book. I'm gonna cheat for my favorite vampire book, and you guys are just gonna have to be okay with it. So I'm actually gonna go with the Hollow series by Kim Harrison, which is actually about demons and witches and vampires and were animals, but our main character Rachel is a witch. However, her roommate Ivy is a vampire, and there are vampires that feature heavily in this series. This series has vampires that are like more human, and then vampires after they've met like the real death that become like the blood-sucking villains that we think of. But before they actually die in their vampire form, they're more like human-esque with some like seductive vampire qualities. They're still scary, not gonna lie, still totally scary, but Ivy is amazing. I love the vampires. I love the vampire dynamic in this, and I love the way that the vampires kind of play into this world. So this is just like an insider's guide, and this is the graphic novel because my books are actually all buried right now, but the vampires in this world are really, really cool. So my favorite vampires go to this series. Then, what book scared you so much you had to go to sleep with the lights on? I am throwing it back to the Diviners, but not this first book. I'm throwing it back to Lair of Dreams. Lair of Dreams is the second book, and it does follow this like sleeping sickness where you fall asleep and you never wake up, and there's something kind of malevolent in your dreams and in your sleep that's kind of keeping you in this world and feeding off your spirit, and it is terrifying. The thought of going to bed and having something happen to me in my dreams is like absolutely horrifying. So this definitely has a spooky vibe. It's not like the scariest thing in the world, but Lair of Dreams really creeped me out. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Lair of Dreams for this one. What is my favorite book about witches, goblins, ghosts, or demons? Let's jump into this one. So first of all, favorite book about witches, ghosts, demons, all that. I'm going to go ahead and throw it up to 2 different books. One is The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. You guys know that this is like an amazing, amazing book. I love it. It's a 5-star read for me. This is about 3 girls that were drowned for being accused of being witches. We don't know if they really were at the beginning of the book, but we kind of figure it out. And it is by far and away one of my favorite spooky, witchy reads. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw it out to this one, which is kind of like a spooky, it's not ghosts really, or goblins or demons or witches. It just has that like spooky fairy tale grim vibe to it. And I really love this. I know it's a very polarizing one. People either love the first half and hate the second, or they hate the second and love the first. It is kind of a divide between a contemporary and a magical realism type of a story. I actually really loved it. I thought it worked really well. But by far and away, The Wicked Deep is my favorite. What book do I wish was scarier than it was is number 6. And for that, I have to give it to Sawkill Girls. This had so much potential for being so much scarier than it was. So this is by Claire Legrand, and this comes out in October of 2018, and I got this as an ARC BookCon. So here's the deal. This book is about these girls that keep going missing on this island, and there's some deep, dark, generational magic, generational beast that has been taking these girls and feeding off of them. It had potential to be terrifying. We had potential for the setting to be really spooky. We had potential for this beast and this like badness to be really, really creepy. And it missed the mark in so many different ways. And I liked the characters, but the setting and the actual villain monster of this was not fleshed out for me. And I ended up not finding it scary at all, which is really rare for me because I'm afraid of everything, and I wanted it to be scarier. So for me, Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand. And then the 7th question is my favorite book that takes place in October, and I literally don't have one. This one is set in like diary entries. This takes place in May. The Wicked Deep takes place in June. I don't know of any that take place in October, and I tried to Google like novels set in October or books set in October, and I kept getting October releases. I wasn't finding anything where like the actual setting of the book was October, except for like The Hunt for Red October or something like that. So yeah, I don't have anything. If you guys know of a book that's set in October, let me know down below in the comments. But as of right now, I have zero clue what actually starts taking place in October. Like something that's set around Halloween, but like I don't read books that are specifically set at Halloween. I got nothing. Like I want to even say Toil and Trouble, which is that anthology, but that's not set in October. So I don't know. I have no answer for this one. But that is all the questions for this particular tag. I really enjoyed it. I will have the questions listed down below, as well as Crystal's channel or her Instagram account. If you have time to quick film this and get it up, it was a ton of fun. I would love to know your scary reads. Obviously mine are not like super, super terrifying because that's just not the kind of book that I read. But these are like the scarier books that I really enjoy. So hopefully you guys got some recommendations or some feedback or some insight into my scary levels, I suppose. That's been it for this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see all of you in my next one. Bye guys.